Weathering with You can teach you ethics in perhaps the most interesting way possible. It is the greatest story to illustrate self-destructive selflessness and apocalyptic selfishness. Viewing this movie through the lens of utilitarianism is where this video is headed. If you are unfamiliar with these concepts, this video is perfect for you. And if you're already familiar with them, sit back and enjoy seeing the concepts you know applied. Now, let's get into the video. To quickly recap the situation we'll be discussing, I'll reintroduce the characters of our story, Hodoka and Hina. Hodoka is a young boy that ran away from his hometown, escaping to Tokyo. As he struggled to find work, he met a girl named Hina, who saw that he was struggling and gave him a Big Mac. Later, she is revealed to be something called the Sunshine Girl, a maiden who has the ability to clear harsh weather with a prayer. Though, as a consequence, their body is slowly made translucent until they are sent to dwell among the clouds. Weathering with You presents a situation where Hodoka has to make a decision regarding the life of Hina. Hina has decided to sacrifice herself to rid Japan of the horrid weather characteristic of the past couple weeks. Hodoka here has two choices: either keep Hina in the sky for the benefit of the people of Tokyo, or convince her to come back down to Earth and resume the rain slowly swallowing the city. Recognizing her disappearance, Hodoka seeks to save Hina because he has grown to love her. He enters the Torii Gate and finds her in the Sky Realm, and convinces her to descend back down to Earth, making the sky once more rain uncontrollably. Utilitarianism is an ethical philosophy that judges the morality of actions based on their ability to maximize happiness and minimize suffering. According to this position, actions are morally correct in proportion that they tend to promote happiness, and wrong as they tend to promote unhappiness. Here, happiness, referred to as utility, is defined as pleasure. Utilitarianism is a consequentialist theory, meaning a position that judges actions based on their outcomes rather than their intentions. This position was originally formulated by Jeremy Bentham and later significantly developed by John Stuart Mill, who defined higher pleasures as intellectual and moral fulfillment rather than simply sheer hedonic or physical pleasures. So, according to utilitarianism, Hodoka made a strictly immoral decision, placing his and Hina's happiness above Japan's masses. His decision single-handedly caused Tokyo to flood and revert back to Edo Bay, as how it once was, ruining the lives of many others he does not know in favor of someone he does. If you're interested in videos like this and would like to see more in the future, consider subscribing. It really goes a long way to help out the channel. To any utilitarian, the decision is obvious. Hina should stay in the sky, and Hodoka just has to live with his unhappiness. This decision helps us sort of understand the power of utilitarianism in creating laws and providing a measurable system of morality with moral calculus. A utilitarian can measure Hodoka and Hina's unhappiness and compare it against the happiness of everyone else. Apologies to the both of them, this is a strength of utilitarianism in being democratic. Under utilitarianism, a law or decision is only seen as just as it reduces the suffering of others, or promotes happiness. Now for the downsides of this system of morality. The movie reminds me of a story often used to critique utilitarianism, The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, by Ursula K. Le Guin. Is a story about a city of happiness named Omelas. Le Guin introduces a city only fantastical to us, basking in unimaginable pleasure and joy, though the city rests upon a disgusting truth. In a basement or cellar of one of the homes in Omelas, there is a small locked room holding a child afflicted with fear, malnutrition, and neglect. The child, who had once known the warmth of the sun and the voice of their mother, begs to be let out, though has been left in this condition to where they speak less and less often. Here's a quote from the story. "They all know it is there, all the people of Omelas. Some of them have come to see it. Others are content merely knowing it is there. They all know it has to be there. Some of them understand why, and some do not. But they all understand that their happiness The beauty of the city, the tenderness of their friendships, the health of their children, the wisdom of their scholars, the skill of their makers, and even the abundance of their harvests, and the kindly weathers of the skies, depend wholly on this child's abominable misery. Hina's suffering for the prosperity of Tokyo, to be locked forever in the sky realm, is different from the child in the basement. Sure, it was Hina's decision to ascend, only being convinced by Hodoka to come back down. The child never made the decision to be locked in the cellar, only looked at with disgust and contempt, though I digress. Tokyo relies on the suffering of Hina for happiness, just as the child is to stay locked away, to disappear amongst the clouds as a living sacrifice. With Hodoka's decision in telling her that she needs to live for herself, and her decision to descend back to the earth, the two make a immoral choice, according to utilitarianism. The poor weather never ceased, and Tokyo flooded. I am no utilitarian. While it has its uses, utilitarianism justifies a whole host of bad actions. For instance, under utilitarianism, it would be moral to kill an individual to harvest their organs and save 5 who needed transplants. Moreover, justice isn't a concept for the minority under utilitarianism. I am by no means saying that Hodoka made the correct choice. I am simply saying that it is less black and white than how this particular system makes it out to be. Whether or not Hodoka makes himself out to be moral in this situation is something we will never know. We can say, however, that Hodoka is distinctly individualistic in a collectivist society. In other words, he may feel uncomfortable with the prospect that people ought to be consumed like tools for the greater good. That autonomy is something to be valued dearly. Hello again, or nice to meet you. I'm Brett, and I'm finally back from my long absence. I have been meaning to start a series where Akuko can reveal how anime can teach you, and this video seemed a suitable place to start. If this video is well received, I might make a second part in seeing how Weathering with You can teach you about Kantianism. Much more complicated than this black and white picture utilitarianism would have you believe, reflecting far more on autonomy. Quick spoiler, Immanuel Kant might have a problem with Hina having to give her life to serve the needs of Tokyo. If you're interested in videos like this and would like to see more in the future, consider subscribing. It goes a long way in terms of helping the channel. Alright, see ya.